Okay, it's now about 9 a.m. and the sun is finally out, and it's been a good day so far. I've just been in meetings, and I am finally having my celery juice. And I want to show you guys what's going on my dining table right now, because I have been preserving as much of my harvest as I can. Because it is so cold out now, I've had to bring a bunch of stuff in, and I'm shutting down my garden for the year. So let me show you what's going on. So I harvested the last tomatoes. There are some green ones that are slowly turning. And this is all of our cherry tomatoes for the year. And I harvested all of our peppers. These are my beautiful glow peppers. They're like a neon orange color. And some of them are still green and they're turning and ripening. So I'll probably end up putting all of these in some stir fries or something. And I have a ton of serrano peppers. Some are still changing color. Some are nice and red. I'm probably gonna take all the red ones and dry them to save them, put them in the dehydrator and let them get nice and dry. And then I will probably pickle the green ones. And then I just harvested all of my homegrown ginger and turmeric, and I have a video coming up for you guys on how I grew these. So here is a fresh turmeric root, and here's some fresh ginger, and I will show you guys exactly how I grow that inside. And then all of these herbs are drying for tea. So I have some lemon verbena. This is all of my mint. I have two kinds of herbs here, some thyme and some rosemary. And then I have all of this lemon balm that I'm drying. It's almost ready to be removed from the stem, and I'm just gonna let it get super, super dry before I put these away for tea. And that is what's going on right now on my dining table. All right, it's time for a little snack slash small meal. I'm quite hungry. It's about noon now, so I'm having some organic Honeycrisp apples, which are finally back in season and looking really good. And I'm gonna have that shared with my husband with some crunchy peanut butter. It's such a good combo, and I'm gonna serve that up. You want some, huh, don't you? Yeah, it's not for you. So I'm going to have this delicious bowl of apples and crunchy peanut butter. All right, it is mid-afternoon. I think it's about 2 p.m. and I am ready for some more green juice. And normally I make it all from scratch myself. It's been a long time since I bought green juice, but my husband bought me some of the Green Aid green juice from Whole Foods. So I'm gonna have a little bit of that and then start thinking about later what I've got to make for dinner tonight that I can share with you guys. So I'm gonna have some juice and show you that. This is the Green Aid juice. It's got apple, celery, lemon, spinach, and kale, and it's cold pressed juice just from Whole Foods, and it's a nice big one. So it's a nice change every now and then to have this and not have to make it myself. So I'm gonna enjoy. Hi everyone, I am finally done for the day with work. The sun is going down and I want something really comforting and warm for dinner. I didn't have any really like lunch item today. I kind of snacked a lot. So I'm gonna show you how to make my kimchi fried rice, which you guys loved on Instagram, and I had not made it in more than a year because I was raw for the past year. So it is just so delicious. It's the best way to use up your kimchi when you get near the bottom of the jar, or if you have leftover rice. I don't have any leftover rice, so I just made some fresh, and I'll show you right now how quick and easy this is to do. All right, so all I did in my rice cooker is I made some rice. And you can see it's nice and fluffy. That is absolutely perfect sushi rice. I love it so much. So this is just Lumberg organic short grain rice, which I buy in bulk from Whole Foods. So you can see up here, this is it. And I buy it and I put it straight in my jars. So you guys know I make the absolute best kimchi ever, if I may say so myself. I perfected it after about a decade of experimenting. And this is all that's left from my last batch. So you guys can make that recipe. I've already shared it with you. And this one I made about 6 months ago. And you can see there's just a little bit of kimchi left in the bottom of this ginormous container. So this is when I like to make kimchi fried rice. The leftover kimchi is nice and sour, and it's perfect for this dish. And then I'm just going to put scallions, lots of scallions in here. That's the way my husband likes it. You can put any veggies that you want. You could put carrot, you could put cabbage. I mean, you already have cabbage in here. Onions, garlic, ginger, mushrooms, whatever you like in this. It's extremely flexible. So I'm going to show you how to get started, and we'll make this really fast. Okay, I've got my pan heating up. I put it on 350, which is about medium high. Okay, so I threw in all of the kimchi with a little bit of the juice. I'm gonna save the rest of the juice for salad dressing. I have a recipe for that on my blog. If you wanna make some kimchi salad dressing, it's so good. And I'm just gonna let that cook up, and I'm gonna add all of my scallions. All right, all my scallions are in there. Everything is cooking up. This already smells ridiculously good. The second the kimchi hits the hot pan, it just smells amazing. So this is not gonna take very long. I'm just gonna give it 1 to 2 more minutes. Let it get nice and hot, and then I'll come back. All right, it's been about 2 minutes. You can see that it looks really nice and cooked, and it just cooked in its own kimchi juices. So you don't have to add a bunch of oil to have this turn out nice. Now I'm gonna add in the rice, and I'm also going to put some coconut AMINOS instead of soy sauce, and I'm gonna put some of my homemade GOCHUJANG, which is Korean hot pepper paste. And I have the recipe for that on my channel. You can also buy it in any Asian grocery, Whole Foods, Amazon as well. Smell the rice getting crispy. It smells so good. I'm just gonna mix this all together real fast. If it starts to burn or stick, which I guess would depend on your pan, you can tell it's starting right here on mine, I'm just gonna come over and turn down the heat a little bit. And I'm using an electric skillet because my kitchen is tiny and this just tends to work the best and have consistent heat. So as I'm mixing that in, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some coconut AMINOS, about 2 tablespoons worth. You can put more if you want more. I don't want it very salty, and that's kind of a mild sweet and salty. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. Okay, it's almost done. I'm going to add just 1 heaping spoonful of my homemade gochujang. So that's about a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half. You can put more or less depending on how spicy you want this to be. This is super, super spicy. So if you want it less hot, just leave that out. And that took about a minute or 2. So it's very fast cooking. This is done. I'm gonna turn the heat off. And even though it's done, I'm gonna still add a few more things. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of garlic powder. That's about a teaspoon, maybe less. And I'm going to do the same with a little bit of onion powder too. And last but not least, I'm going to put some toasted sesames, which is really pretty in this. And I've got black and white mixed, which is so cool. And I'm just going to stir that all together. The heat is off and it's pretty much ready to go. And if you want this to have a more authentic flavor, then you need to put some toasted sesame oil at the end, just like a few drops to really give it the true flavor of kimchi fried rice. This is totally optional. You can leave this out. I like to put a little bit at the end and not cook it. I just think it adds a little bit more to the flavor and it tastes like, you know, restaurant style. So that's totally up to you if you want to put this in or leave it out. So fast, like 5 minutes to make this. It's so great. So flavorful. I'm going to serve this up for 2 of us. And then give it a taste. So good. You can put more sesames on top if you want it to look really pretty. So thanks for hanging with me today, guys. I'm going to eat this right now and enjoy.